Time for baseball on MLB Network from Citizens Bank Park in the city of brotherly love. Tonight, we've got a good matchup in store between the Colorado Rockies and the Philadelphia Phillies. Who'll get the better of this compelling matchup? We'll find out next on MLB Network. Aaron Nola gets the ball for Philadelphia in this one. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, when you look up the word dependability in the dictionary, that's what this guy, you'll find a picture of this guy. Career ERA just under 3.5, and that's saying quite a lot in the high-scoring games that we see in baseball going on right now. Real solid pitcher, controls the running game, controls the strike zone, and more importantly, he knows how to get deep into the 6th, 7th, and 8th inning. Solid pitcher, and he'll be fun to watch in this one here today.
And the first pitch of the night here is taken for ball one, and we're officially underway in Philadelphia. His past line against Aaron Nola. He's got a 3 for 7 line.
7 o'clock.
And back-to-back pitches out of the zone to begin the evening. It's 2-0 now. Blackman, or Chuck Nasty as he's commonly referred to. He was taken in the 2nd round during the 2008 draft.
Yeah, Matty, they certainly got it right when they drafted this guy. He has turned himself into an absolute superstar. Everybody knows this guy's name, and kids are buying his jerseys.
And that changeup makes him jump, a swing and a miss.
Great off-speed pitch right there. He was definitely sitting fastball, wanted to turn and burn. Everything went flying. This pitcher might be on the attack with that pitch all game long.
And he lays off ball 4. That's exactly what you want your leadoff man to do. Work the count and get on base.
I know one thing. He earned that free pass right there. He was tempted with some really good pitches, but he stayed disciplined and drew the walk.
Stepping into the box, Nolan Arenado. First chance for him here with a man on following the leadoff walk. He's set, and the pitch. And he takes ball 1.
I wonder if that call not going his way right there has anything to do with walking the last guy. We all know umpires don't give you much on the corners if you're not throwing strikes consistently.
Comes in with the changeup, and it's 2-0.
He's having a really hard time finding his rhythm and finding the strike zone. It's going to allow this offense to keyhole him in big situations. He's got to figure it out pretty quick.
Throw over to the bag, and he'll dive back in. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. 3-0 now.
Looked like he was trying to work in a front door curveball there, but it seemed like it popped out of his hand a little early, causing it to miss inside.
Blackman aboard here at first with nobody out. And he gets the call that time for strike number 1. Well, time to look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Dave Lawrence.
Dan, we got Dave Lawrence behind the dish tonight. One of the best in the business, in my opinion, but sometimes has a tendency to fall into a pattern where he's given a little bit too much on that outside corner.
Yeah, D-Road, one of the things he'll do, he'll open up that outside corner, especially with left-handed batters.
Working for the punch out and the offering. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning. And a moment now to peek at the Rockies starting lineup. Danny, any thoughts?
Yeah, keep an eye on Charlie Blackmon. I mean, this guy is a career 300 hitter. You talk about consistent. He delivers a good at-bat and clutch hits basically every time he walks into the box. I love watching this guy.
At the plate, Daniel Murphy. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Here comes the first pitch. And he fouls this one off. Left side, but well fouled. Runner at first here, one man out. Just a touch outside, 1-2.
Hey, I can understand why he wanted to elevate the fastball right there. This batter's eyes have been lit up since he stepped in the box. Let's see if he gets him fishing on something breaking in the dirt right here.
The 1-2 is laid off for ball 2. On the ground to second base. This could be 2. There's one. Relay to first in time, and just like that, the side is retired. Nothing across here this half of the inning. So now the Phillies offense will see what they can do. No score. German Marquez, the right-hander from Venezuela, gets the starting nod in this one. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Marquez might have the best stuff in this rotation right now. Big fastball, and I mean big. 95 to 100 miles an hour with movement. Good hard breaking ball. One of the best kept secrets in the game. If he's throwing strikes, could be a long night for those guys swinging the bats.
And there you see the leadoff man, Andrew McCutchen, as he'll start us out in the home first. That's taken. Now it's 0-2. Swing and a miss there as the breaking ball takes care of him for the first out. With that, a look at the Phillies batting order in this one. Thoughts, Dan? Who stands out?
Well, Matt, I appreciate the way Bryce Harper plays the game. He's one of those guys you want at the plate in those big game-defining moments. He's such a clutch hitter. I love watching him in those situations, and hopefully we'll have that in this game as well.
Into the box now, Gene Segura. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Fastball just misses. That's ball 1. A bouncer to the left side. Arenado has it. Throw in time at first for out number 2. So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that'll bring in a dangerous hitter indeed in the form of Bryce Harper. Outfield shaded toward right center. Here's the first pitch. And a fastball to start things out here. Not close. It's a ball and no strikes. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. 2 out, nobody on. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0.
I'd be shocked if this wasn't a 4-pitch walk right here. He doesn't want to mess around and leave something over the heart of the plate and get beat in this situation.
And he gets this fastball over. Back to 3-1 now.
Got to believe he had the green light in that situation. 2 outs, 3-0 count. This guy can certainly handle the bat. That's a perfect situation to let him loose. But I love the fact that he's keyholed in a certain area.
There's a swing and a drive, and everybody's just going to sit back and watch that one fly. A no-doubt home run. A solo home run off the bat of Bryce Harper, and the Phillies grab a 1-0 lead.
When that pitch was grooved right down Main Street, he couldn't believe it. He started salivating when he saw it, but stayed back enough to put a great swing on it.
And that'll bring up the Sacramento product, Rhys Hoskins. This will take a look at a curveball that misses wide for ball 1. Marquez, it's a guy who throws a lot of strikes, rarely walks people, but what does bite him occasionally is the home run ball.
Matt, this is a guy that's not a power type of pitcher, so he needs to rely on being down in the strike zone. One of the keys, he tends to lose being aggressive when he falls behind, and he kind of nibbles around the strike zone. And what happens with that, Matty V, he becomes very predictable, and when you don't have overpowering stuff, you tend to be able to get hit hard.
Swing and a drive. This one's deep to right. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. But the Phillies strike first on this solo home run. We'll head to the top of the second, and Philadelphia is off to an early 1-0 lead. Digging in, Trevor Story, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one.
Trevor Story.
First delivery to him on the way. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
I don't mind the aggressiveness right there. He was definitely trying to get the head to a fastball. He pulled the string on that one. He's going to have to stay back a little bit longer.
Good breaking ball there, laid off for the second strike.
Hey, I don't blame him right there, giving up on that inside curveball, little front hipper. That's a tough pitch. You just can't figure out where the point of contact should be.
There's a ball low. He misses with a changeup.
Well, that's a pitch right there you gotta just lay off. There's a good chance he's going to throw it on 0-2, and if you can recognize it starting down in the zone, you know it's only going to go down from there.
And this will ricochet off of him on the mound. So gets him. So they are able to get an out on an unusual play. And hopefully the pitcher's okay. And now they'll hustle out there and attend to their pitcher. And that was quite a shot he took, as you see him down on a knee. But if there's one thing I know about this guy, he will not want to come out of this game. And from all indications, it looks like he's going to try to continue. Ready now, David Dahl. He's ready. Here's the first offering. In there, strike one. Phillies have an early 1-0 lead here in inning number 2. And boy, this at-bat is not starting off well, as he's behind 0-2 now.
Boy, so far early into this one, this guy's pitching really well, and I'm a big believer in body language. He's getting the ball, he's working really quick, keeping the ball down in the zone. And if you take a look at this guy so far early on, a lot of positive signs. He looks like he brought his good stuff in this one.
And they'll try to tempt him with a curveball, but this bounces in front of the plate, and it's 1-2.
Well, this team, they're swinging at everything, but that pitch was just a little too far out of the strike zone.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Now a swing and a miss. He struck him out, and it's 2 up, 2 down to start the second.
Batting 5th, the center fielder.
In now for Colorado, Ian Desmond. His past line against Aaron Nola. He's 0 for 8. 7 strikeouts on the stat sheet as well. First pitch coming. Here it is. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. Desmond has had his trouble in these matchups, facing right-handed pitching, that is. He shows a lot more prowess against the southpaws. In for a strike. It's 1-1.
Hey, nice adjustment right there for him to get on top of that baseball and drive it to the corner. The first pitch he obviously tried to overthrow, got under it, and it sailed on him a little bit.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Here's a breaking ball, but it doesn't quite find the strike zone.
When you know a guy has a great changeup on the mound, you got to be willing to give up pull side of the plate from time to time. It just looked like his timing was a smidge off.
Just out in front of that one, still 2-2. Fouled off. Here now the 2-2. Is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3. 1-2-3 go the Rockies. They still trail 1-0. So digging in now, JT Realmuto, the winner of last year's Silver Slugger Award for NL catchers. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. The 1-0 home. And a pitch down that's swung on and sent to second base. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. And a good effort as he's able to gather it in and make the play for the first out.
All right, guys, so here's how the Colorado Rockies set up defensively. And let me tell you about outfielder Chuck Nasty, Charlie Blackmon. One of the best in the business out there, covering a ton of room in the outfield, gap to gap, with one of the most accurate arms in the game.
Stepping up now, Maikel Franco. Here comes the first pitch. And that gets the black on the outside. A good slider that time. 1 out, nobody on. Lays off the slider, and it's 1-1.
A great take on that slider away right there. But I'm thinking in that situation, that pitcher's got to execute a little bit better. That was almost a non-competitive pitch. Being outside, you could almost have let that one go right out of his hand.
Grounded back up the middle. Throw to Murphy's in time, and there are 2 gone now. Here's the center fielder, Odubel Herrera. Previous history with German Marquez. He's a .333 hitter. First offering on its way. Curveball right on the black, taken for a strike. Herrera, a Venezuelan-born ball player. He was selected in the first round during the 2014 draft.
Yeah, he has turned himself into a really nice ball player. I wouldn't put him on the superstar level, but you know what? They didn't miss with this pick either. You go into high rounds and you carve out a career the way this guy has. Nice pick.
And there's a fastball well off the plate inside. Late on that one as it's fouled off to the left side. Here now the 2-2. Is looked at and the count moves full. Cesar Hernandez would be next if they can keep this inning alive. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Lifted down the line in left. And they can't run it down. On he pops it up. Story has a play, and the inning is over. Phillies down in order. We played 2 innings. It's 1-0. So striding in, Ryan McMahon, 7-8-9, bottom of the order, set to go here in the 3rd.
McMahon.
First pitch on its way. Starts him out with a fastball too low for ball 1. And a good heater as he just watches this baby, a ball and a strike. One ball and 2 strikes to count. The 1-2 misses down below the knees.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Wrong, huh? So very wrong.
They really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out.
That's a pretty good pitch right there. That fastball on the inner half of the plate. You can see that he just isn't able to get those arms extended, and pretty ugly swing right there.
Here's the catcher now, Chris Iannetta, as the first pitch to him is taken low and away for ball 1. The 1-0 is taken for ball 2.
2-0.
Now a check swing, but it's strike 1 anyway, says the home plate umpire. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1. And this misses for ball 4. The second walk he surrendered here in the first 3 innings.
They haven't been able to register a hit against this guy, but at least they have a base runner here. We'll see if that leads to something.
Striding in, German Marquez. He, of course, no slouch at the plate, as he in fact took home the Silver Slugger Award for National League pitchers a season ago. From the stretch, wanting to avoid the double play here as he gets this one down. Segura for 1 on to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. Nothing doing here this half. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Phillies 1 and the Rockies nothing. Coming to the plate now, Cesar Hernandez. He'll lead things off here in this 1-run contest.
Cesar Hernandez.
First pitch coming. Here it is. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike.
Yeah, guys, the key to hitting in the big leagues is to hit off the heater, and this guy is obviously sitting something else.
Behind 0-2 now.
Watch your lips in the first couple rows there. He got the head out on that changeup. Good thing they enforced the new netting rules this year.
Now a swing here on the fastball as this is squirted up the first baseline. And he'll step on first himself for the out. Now at the plate, Aaron Nola.
Pitcher, Aaron Nola.
First offering on its way. And he takes a pitch that's ruled a strike at the knees. Pretty liberal strike zone there. It's 0-1. Liner towards second, but this is going to be hauled in out there at second base for out number 2.
Now batting, the left fielder, Andrew.
So it's back to the top of the order now, and that'll bring up the former National League MVP, Andrew McCutchen. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Ball 1.
1-0.
2 out, nobody on. Yanked on the ground down the line, but a foul ball. 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch is in there for strike number 2.
So far in this game, he's the only guy in the lineup that's gone down on strikes.
Yeah, and he might strike out for a second time right here.
The 1-2 is a breaking ball that misses off the plate.
Well, that's what you want from your curveball on 1 and 2. You start it in the zone and let it break out of the zone where it can't be punished. Didn't get him to go after it, but the execution was nice.
The 2-2 is laid off, and the count runs full. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. So the 2-out hit here brings up Gene Segura.
Yeah, maybe a shot here now with 2 away. They finally get another base runner on. He stranded 6 in a row prior to this point, so he's had his way with these guys for the past couple of innings.
So a runner at first here with 2 gone in the inning, and that'll bring in the middle infielder Gene Segura. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike 1.
No doubt this is a steal situation right here. 2 outs and the leadoff hitter on first. This is the time you roll the dice and hope he gets in the scoring position where he can get a hit to bring him home.
And boy, was he ever fooled on that pitch. It's 0-2 now.
Hey, that's a really good pitch right there, and that's one of those off-balance swings. As a pitcher, you want to look in and say, howdy, if you're waving at me. A real ugly swing, and it gives you a lot of confidence when you make a guy look that bad. So hopefully he has another pitch left in his repertoire to bury this guy and get him out of there.
Segura behind on a 1-2 count.
I'm pretty surprised by the location on those last 3 pitches. The book on him is that he hits the away pitch pretty well, and he just saw 3 in a row out there.
So does he go back out there again?
No, Matt, I expect him to mix it up. Most catchers won't call for the same location over and over and over.
Now a fastball runs inside and drills him. Oh, that's gotta hurt.
And this is a case of a pitcher letting his frustrations get the best of him. He feels like he gets robbed on the previous pitch, and he just rears back and really let it go on the next pitch, but it got away from him in a big way.
Here's Bryce Harper now, as he'll take a look at ball 1. 2 on, 2 out for him here in the 3rd. Here's the 1-0. And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
You know, the old adage is you never throw a lefty down and in because their ability to turn and burn, and this pitcher's taking that to heart. He is throwing everything away right here.
Let's go, Phillies!
Here's the 1-1. Helping him out here as he swings and misses to fall behind a ball and 2 strikes.
You chase a pitch that bad outside the zone, you got to find a way to regroup, adjust the batting gloves. Only look over the heart of those 17 inches.
Way inside with that one. A pretty easy take there. The 2-2. Fastball didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now, 3-2.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
He's set. The payoff pitch. He loses him on ball 4.
When a guy homers off you early in the game, the last thing you want to do is challenge him and maybe have him do it again. He was a lot more careful with him there.
Stepping into the box, Rhys Hoskins. One of the bigger spots in the ball game so far. Base is juiced now with 2 away. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. And now a ball lifted into the air out towards center field. And he dives to make a spectacular catch. What a play there to end the inning. Another look here at the gorgeous catch that strands the bases loaded. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. Back to the top of the order now, and into bat next, the big-time RBI man, Charlie Blackmon.
Charlie Blackmon.
First delivery to him on the way. Now a changeup, but it misses just a little below the zone. High and deep to straightaway right. Back goes Harper at the track. Gone to lead off the inning. A solo shot here to straightaway right field as the Rockies pull even now at 1 apiece.
Only the first hit of the night, but it was a big one. He absolutely punished that mistake, and you have to wonder if that will open the floodgates a little.
Here's Nolan Arenado,
third baseman. Nolan.
As he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball 1. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. Two balls and no strikes.
Well, I kind of wonder if he's not being as aggressive as he was before that home run. Hey, this is a guy that can burn you again, so I don't really blame him.
Outside, 3-0 now. One run, just one hit. No errors in the ballgame for the Rockies thus far. Taking all the way, and it's 3-1 now.
This is where if you're the batter, one pitch, one spot, and you get the barrel of the bat to that baseball as quick as possible with damage on your mind.
Now a fastball swung on and missed, and it's full 3-2.
Yeah, Matty, not only is this guy using all 4 quadrants, he's elevating, getting their eye level up with a quality fastball.
Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, and they'll come all the way back from 3-0 to punch him out. One away.
We know he's probably still thinking about that game-tying home run he just gave up, but I'm going to give him credit for not showing that it's bothering him. When you come back and strike out the next guy, it shows you've still got your head in the right place.
Here's Daniel Murphy now, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. The windup and the 0-1. And he takes this one high, 1-1. Murphy, a 6'1" left-handed hitter, but throws right-handed. He was a 13th round pick during the first-year player draft of 2006.
Man, coming out of the late rounds, you have to grind for everything. Nothing is given to you. And this guy has turned himself into a very solid big league ball player. That's a big accomplishment.
Called strike two. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. And another foul ball. Now another 2-2. Tried to fool him with the changeup, but he won't offer at it. 3-2.
He's definitely going to want to get greedy in his zone, and he's obviously seeing the ball well, or he would have swung at that pitch. Sometimes in these long epic at bats, you start to get into swing mode.
3-2 pitch. And he'll get to see another one. It'll be the 10th pitch of this at bat. The 3-2 one more time. And he looks at one that misses, and that's an excellent job of making his man throw a lot of pitches as he toughs out a walk.
Up next for Colorado, the shortstop.
And that brings in the power-hitting shortstop Trevor Story. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far.
Yeah, I understand that, Matty, but this guy's got burner wheels down the first base line. I don't think he even concerns himself with that. He has to put it on the ground. That's part of what makes him successful.
1 ball, no strikes, the count. The 1-0 finds the zone, strike one.
Hey, I don't mind that batter taking that strike right there. He's walked a couple people early in this game. Got to find out if he can find the zone. If he wants to walk them all in, we'll take it.
Murphy, base runner at first with 1 out. Swing, and he rockets this one down the left field line. And that'll get down out there near the wall. And they'll have runners at second and third following the 1-out double.
When it left his bat, I thought it might squirt foul, but it hugged the line and found its way into the corner. Thought it might be a little bit closer play at second, but he cruised in there with relative ease.
And that'll bring up the speedy outfielder David Dahl. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. Looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at bat. The 1-0 is looked at for ball number 2.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear they don't want to challenge this guy right here, but working around a guy can come back to bite you at times.
Ready with the 2-0 pitch. 2 balls and a strike to count. Both teams with just 2 hits apiece thus far. Here now the 2-2. Doesn't get the zone. Count full now.
Well, I think this is the kind of approach they need against such a prolific starter. You can't count on putting up a lot of runs, so getting him out of the game has to be the priority. Working at bats, full counts, running up the pitch count is a great way of doing that.
There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. And this ball is gone. No chance to make a play on that one. So it's a 3-run shot to straightaway right field as the Rockies have staked themselves to a 4-1 lead.
Yeah, after this blast, the third home run of the game, you could see why this place is known as a launching pad. Balls leave this place in a hurry. So I would be surprised if we see more before this thing is over.
Into the box, Ian Desmond. As he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1.
This lineup has a chance to knock this guy right out of the game. 4 runs in the inning, and they smell blood.
Boy, Dero, you hit the nail right on the head right now. This is a team that can score some runs. They have a pitcher that's reeling right now. They need to knock him out and knock him out ASAP.
Throw on to first, 2 gone.
The batter, number 24.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone. And Ryan McMahon digs into bat next. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And a fastball's in there for strike 1.
Well, that's a tough pitch to take right there, right down the middle. But I think that happens when you're facing a good pitcher like this guy. The last thing you're expecting is one right down the pipe. And unfortunately, he let that one go. And he'd like to have that pitch back to take a good swing at that one.
Look out. A fastball up near his dome, and that'll wake you up a bit.
Wow, fastball up and in. I'm not sure it was intended to be that far up and that far in, but message sent. Beware.
Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Change up just off the black, and it's 2-1.
It's one thing to get hit around, but it's far worse when you're getting yourself into trouble by not throwing strikes. Every pitcher's been there, but it doesn't make it any less frustrating or unacceptable.
Here now the 2-2. Now a ball lined toward the gap in left center. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
And they've had some good at-bats against him all game long. It seems like it's just been hard hit after hard hit. As we take a look at his line here, the numbers do not lie. This has not been one of his better outings, and he'd be the first to tell you that.
So it's a runner at first with 2 gone. And standing in now, the catcher, Chris Iannetta. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Way behind that pitch, it's 0-1. Now some action in the Phillies bullpen as a right-hander begins to crank it up out there. Curveball bounces, and this one gets away. And he'll make it into scoring position here with 2 away, as that'll be scored a wild pitch.
Well, the graphic here isn't going to properly show just how far that pitch was from the strike zone. That thing wasn't even close, and I think it made the decision to move up a base pretty easy to make.
The 1-1 fastball, and ooh, that ran in and drilled him.
These guys are pros and they're tough, but I know that one hurt. He'll never show it, though. Too much pride at stake.
Marquez.
Stepping in, Herman Marquez. Here's the first pitch to him. Hit on the ground to third. Franco has it. The easy way to Hernandez to retire the side. 9 men come to the plate. 4 score. On now to the bottom half of inning number 4. Rockies lead it 4-1. So next to the plate for the Phils, JT Realmuto. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
And he takes a cold strike, 0-1.
This guy's cruising along, pitching well as we enter the middle innings of this one. Less than 60% of his first pitches have been for strikes. If he could clean that up a little bit, he could really roll into the later innings in this one.
What are we doing now, Phils?
Swing and a miss on a pitch outside. 1-2 now.
2 strikes.
Hit back up the middle. Story brings it in. And there's one down now. So the base is empty here with one away. And that means Michael Franco, the third baseman, will bat next. First pitch on its way. And, looked inside, but that's ruled a strike. 0-1. 4-1 our score as we play inning number 4. Cold strike as the slider gets the outside corner.
Classic change of speeds right there. Threw the hitter's timing off. Got a late foul ball. Interested to see where he goes now.
A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2.
Pretty good discipline right there with 2 strikes. That's a tough sweeping slider. Not many guys lay off that pitch.
High in the air down the right field line. And foul. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors on the ledger for the Phillies to this point. And this ball is popped up, drifting back behind the mound. Arenado will look this one in, and that's out number 2.
Up next for Philadelphia.
Now at the plate, Odubel Herrera. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Herrera.
First pitch of the at-bat. And a curveball in for a strike. And he misses with it. 1-1.
Well, those were a couple of close pitches right there in the inner part of the zone. Hitters will tell you, pitches in that location are tough to do anything with.
Swung on, but fouled off to the left. One and two. Here it comes. Again, he sends it out of play. One two pitch is a curveball that misses 2-2. Rounded softly down the line toward first, but a foul ball as it holds it 2-2.
Back-to-back breaking balls. He just missed that one right there, fouling it away. Do not expect a third.
Full count to Herrera, 3-2.
I got to commend him for being a really tough out right now. Not everyone will battle like this with 2 outs and nobody on.
On the 8th pitch of the at-bat is the one that finally does it as he wears him down, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia. They trail it 4-1. Here's Charlie Blackmon now. And Dan, I'm sure the starter on the mound would like to hit the rewind button on that last inning.
Oh, no doubt about that, Mac. That was a really rocky frame, but clearly not enough to chase him from this game. We'll see if he's still shaking a bit or if he's able to put this behind him.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And that's in there for strike one.
Well, he's still out there to start the fifth inning, but it's been a real grind of a start for him. The pitch count is much higher than he'd like it to be, so it's hard to imagine him working really deep into this game.
The windup and the 0-1. And the fifth inning will start with a ground out, one away.
Now batting.
Ready for another chance? Nolan Arenado. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, but it was a good changeup, Matty. Good arm action on that pitch. Look for him to try and stay back a little bit more. Let the ball get a little deeper. Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to rush a heater right here.
The 0-1 pitch. And a curveball's in there, so he's quickly behind 0-2.
Ooh, I'm shocked he got away with that one, boys. Curveball right down the middle of the plate, and for him to take that pitch looking, he had to be sitting on something else, but he should have pulled the trigger.
Looking to send him packing again. Fouled away. Looked like the curveball slipped out that time.
1-2.
Struck him out. Struck him out again, I should say. His third punch out of the game. What's your take on all the strikeouts we see in the game today, Dan? That was his third tonight, and it seems we're seeing that a lot more these days.
Yeah, Matt, there's been a real change in philosophy as far as hitting in baseball today. A lot of guys think now that an out is an out. A strikeout is just as good as a regular out, but we're seeing strikeouts at an alarming rate in baseball right now.
Stepping in now, Daniel Murphy. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. But it bangs off the out-of-town scoreboard. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
Wow, he puts a serious charge into this ball. Ends up splitting the 2 outfielders, bangs up against the wall in right center, and he cruises into second, knowing he can't hit the ball much harder than that.
Standing in now, Trevor Story, as the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike one.
Hey, it's been a little bit of a rough outing for this guy in this one so far. And one thing you can look at if you want to get really picky, less than 60% of his first pitches have been for strikes.
Comes set and the 0-1. Fastball misses inside. It's even at 1. Murphy stands at second with 2 gone. The 1-2. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
Boy, the curveball just hasn't been there this afternoon, and this is this guy's bread and butter pitch, especially when he gets ahead of hitters. He needs to find that curveball again.
The 2-2 is swung on and missed. He got him. Danger averted following the 2-out double. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
Matt, I had a chance to catch up with manager Gabe Kapler during the commercial break about the Phillies offense. And one thing he mentioned to me was the lack of discipline he's seeing out of their at-bats right now. He said that they're playing right into the pitcher's game plan today by expanding the strike zone way too often. Instead of swinging at pitches in the strike zone that they can do something with, they're often chasing at pitches out of the zone, which is resulting in a lot of their outs. Going forward, they have to start being more selective, guys.
Thank you, Heidi. Digging in the switch hitter, Cesar Hernandez. He'll get his side started in the inning, and Dan, so far, they've been stifled offensively since the first inning.
Boy, they sure have, Matt. They came out of the gates and got hot right away, but whatever was going for them pretty much has disappeared. We'll see if they can wake it back up.
Here's the first pitch to him. Fastball in there for a called strike.
Hey, this guy has been locating his fastball all game to perfection. Talking to a number of big league pitchers over the years, they'll tell you a well-executed fastball with good location is still the best pitch in the game.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Try to bunt for a base hit here as he gets this one down. Oh, and he has some trouble with it. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely.
Now batting, the pitcher, Aaron.
Nick Williams will come on to pinch hit now with a runner at first and nobody out.
5, Nick Williams.
Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. Williams, a native Texan. He's a second-year big leaguer. Oh, 1. Here's the pitch. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2. Fifth inning here in a 4-1 ball game. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Waiting on it is Dahl. Makes the play, 1 away. Here's Andrew McCutchen now.
Now batting, the left fielder, Andrew McCutchen.
First pitch of the at-bat. Strike taken up in the zone.
You know, Matty, when I first broke into the league, you wouldn't see that high heater first pitch right out of the gate. But I think there's been a change in philosophy here. Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, guys wanted to attack you more east-west, get you leaning left-right. Now you're seeing guys attack in the philosophy more north-south. Just with launch angles and exit velocities, I think guys are afraid to throw that sinking fastball for fear that guys are just going to run their barrel into it. Not the case with the high fastball.
Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone.
Pretty textbook pitching right there. Jump ahead in the count 0-2 and then start working outside the zone. Easier said than done, but that's the way you do it.
Gene Segura standing in as he'll take a look at a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. On its way is pitch number 75. In the dirt here, and a heads-up play to get back to first as he wisely hadn't gotten too far from the bag. Now a throw over. Runners back. Ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Phillies strand 1, and this is still a 4-1 ball game. Adam Morgan takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound.
Number 46, Adam Morgan.
Riding in once again, David Dahl. The head-to-head with Adam Morgan. He's a .333 hitter. First pitch on its way. Well struck but foul over by the coaching box. The 0-1 on its way. High and deep to right center. Ranging back is Herrera to the track, but he can't get to this one. It's off the wall, and he'll pull into second here with nobody out.
Sometimes when a reliever comes in a game, he wants to get that first strike so bad that he serves one up, and that's exactly what happens here. The first batter he faces just rockets one off the wall, and now he's got to worry about another base hit, potentially bringing home a run.
Into the box now, Ian Desmond, as the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Slider laid off for a ball. 6th inning, 4-1 is our score. Looked like the fastball got away from him there. It's ball 2. Even count of 2-2 to Ian Desmond. And that misses, so it's a full count, 3-2.
Well, that's a great take there, right there on that slider down and in. That's one of the toughest pitches to lay off of as a hitter. That hard breaking ball coming down and in at the back foot. A tough take on a good pitch.
Now the 3-2 pitch. Popped him up. Real Muto waits on it. Makes the play, 1 away. Here's Ryan McMahon now. He was a strikeout victim his first trip and then collected a base hit his last time around. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1. Dahl, the runner at second with 1 away. Breaking ball below the zone. That's ball 1.
Clearly staying away from him in this at bat with that runner in scoring position tells me they're trying to force him to reach for something and maybe roll over on it.
Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss as he pulled the string on him. 1-2. The 1-2 is a sharp slider that bounces in the dirt. The 2-2 line toward right center, but this will not get out there deep enough as it's run down by the right fielder in the alley for the second out.
Now batting, catcher, Chris Iannetta.
So a runner at second, 2 down now, and standing in now the catcher Chris Iannetta. Here comes the first pitch. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. The 1-0. Now a little pop-up off toward the first base side. Hoskins in foul ground makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. So no runs on a hit here, no errors, 1 man left on. Part of the order, 3, 4, and 5 coming up. Colorado's out in front, 4-1. And now Bryce Harper. And through 5 turns at bat, they've only mustered a total of 3 hits. Not terrible, but they're certainly not firing on all cylinders.
Well, it's getting a little bit too late in this game if this continues like this. In today's game, with so many dominant bullpen arms, you certainly don't want to wait until the 8th or 9th to try to wake the bats up.
Just a bit high with the fastball, but didn't get the call.
These guys have got to be frustrated as an offensive unit so far in this one. They haven't been able to crack the code on their opponent, but it's not like they're getting great pitches to hit either. This starter has kept the ball on the corners of the zone all game long.
And a fastball in there for a strike, 1-1. And that Colorado bullpen comes to life now with a lefty and a right-hander up to throw. A ball and 2 strikes now.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Oh, he thanks his lucky stars right there, getting away with that hanger. I cannot believe he didn't pull the trigger on that pitch.
Just hung in there on that one. Again, a 1-2. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Grounded down the third baseline, but this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch, and it's fouled away. Here's another 2-2. Swing, and there it goes. Deep to left field. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back. A solo shot here to left. His second home run of the game. And the Phils have cut the gap to 4-2 now.
Hey, listen, there's an old adage in baseball that solo home runs won't kill you. This is one of the top hitters in that lineup. So a home run, a solo home run right here is not the end of the world.
Into the box, Rhys Hoskins. This he'll watch a slider that runs out of the strike zone away for ball 1. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game so far. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Blowing away as he misses again. 2-0.
Back-to-back pitches, they've gone away. Do you tell yourself as a hitter he wants to come in right here? I don't think so. I think he's trying to find that outside corner and adjust accordingly.
Too tight with that one. 3-0. And that misses as well. Ball 4, so it's a 4-pitch walk here.
And with the bases empty, you don't feel bad about walking that guy. He's capable of taking deep every time he digs in, so it's not the worst thing in the world to work around him if you can.
In now, JT Realmuto. He's rolled into groundouts a couple of times already here in the ballgame. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Hit sharply on the ground to the left. And that'll just sneak past his outstretched arm, a base hit.
That's what we refer to in the biz as a hanger right there. He's lucky he's getting his baseball back.
In now, Michael Franco. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball 1. 0 for 2 for him to this point. Fastball misses badly there, and he's behind 2-0.
Well, I know the last thing he wants to do is load the bases right here, so the pressure is on right now to get back in the strike zone.
Hoskins over at second. Realmuto at first with no outs. Now this is popped up. Room, however, for Iannetta behind the plate. And he'll stay with it here as he puts the squeeze on it for out number 1.
That's exactly what they wanted out of that pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder, and he couldn't get up to it. So that was an easy pop-out. Well-executed pitch there.
Here comes manager Bud Black out of the dugout heading for the mound. And it looks as though that's going to be all for his starter here tonight. So he'll leave with the lead. Can't lose this one, but he is responsible for the 2 runners out there, so he could get a no decision if they were to come around and score. Mike Dunn takes the mound to try to get out of this mess. There are 2 on with only 1 away.
Number 38, Mike Dunn.
Stepping in now, Odubel Herrera. And this pitch is up and in as he backs away. It's ball 1.
I don't know if he needs a few more warm-up pitches or he's just announcing his presence with authority. Either way, watch your face.
Now the 1-0 is offered at and missed for the first strike. Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now. Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch. 2 away.
Pretty textbook breaking ball for the punch out right there. Got it to bend a lot, and by the time it got there, it had fallen completely out of the zone. Not much you can do with that pitch.
Standing in now, Cesar Hernandez. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. In terms of the lifetime head-to-head with Mike Dunn, he's 2 for 4. Looking to minimize the damage here. Swinging a ball chopped foul down the left side. 1-1, here it is. Saw his eyes light up that time, but he swung at a bad one there. The 1-2. is a fastball that misses.
Well, 2 straight fastballs inside haven't put him away. So now it'll be interesting to see what he turns to.
A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Looped out toward third. And that's in there. Base hit. Hoskins ignores his coach. He's chugging for home. And he's out. Beautiful throw home to cut down the run. But the Phils draw a bit closer thanks to this solo home run. The 9 1-2 hitters due up to start the 7th. It's now 4-2. Welcome back to Citizens Bank Park here in Philadelphia. Rockies out on top in this one as we head to the 7th. But before we get started, let's get a look at the game summary through the first 6 innings of baseball. Mark Reynolds is up off the bench as he'll pinch hit here to start inning number 7.
12, Mark Reynolds.
Slow roller down the third baseline, but this is foul for the first strike. The 0-1 pitch.
Nope.
Ball 1. Now a left-hander up and throwing in that Philly bullpen. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Now a good pitch around the knees, but it doesn't quite catch the bottom of the zone. The 2-1 will not catch the zone. Ball 3.
And just when you needed a shutdown inning, a leadoff walk was certainly not on the agenda. He needs to bear down right here.
The 3-1. Little tardy on that swing as it's well wide of first. Hit in the air down the right field line. And that is off the wall, but in foul territory. Foul ball. And a good take there as they'll have a leadoff man aboard to start the 7th. It's ball 4.
Now batting, right fielder.
So the batting order turns over now and set to go Charlie Blackmon. Comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier. He's set. Here it comes. And that misses. Ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
Low and away as he misses again. 2-0.
On 2-0, you can bet he's looking for a fastball that he can turn on and drive. Might be thinking about picking on that big hole between first and second.
Now the 2-0 home is taken. Strike 1.
That's an impressive pitch right there. If you're willing to throw a changeup on 2-0, that tells me that's a pitch you feel really confident with.
7th inning here at the ballpark. 4-2 our score. Line towards center field. But this is unfortunately right at him in center field as he takes it in for the first out.
Now batting, the third baseman, Nolan Arenado.
So striding forward now, Nolan Arenado. The head-to-head with Adam Morgan. 2 hits in 7 tries. He's set. Now the pitch. Started the breaking ball far too inside that time. Laid off for ball one. The 1-0. Slapped hard the opposite way. But he'll close fast out there as he puts it away chest high, and the runner will be forced to head back to first.
The first baseman, number 9, Daniel Murphy.
2 away now in the Colorado 7th. And up next, postseason record holder Daniel Murphy. He's set, and the pitch. This is line to left. Into a slide, and he makes a great catch to retire the side. A fine sliding catch here will take us to break. We're back in Philadelphia right after this. Brian Shaw gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th.
Brian Shaw.
Andrew now is up off the bench as he'll be asked to get something started in the home half of the 7th. A ball and no strikes.
Wait for the pitch.
The 1-0. Hard hit ball to second. McMahon fields it cleanly. And quickly there's one down to lead off the frame. Ready once again, Andrew McCutchen. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. From the stretch. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. 1 out, nobody on. Ball 2. The 2-0 on the way. 3-0 now.
Well, he knows it, but this is the kind of guy you just have to go right after. He's not the biggest threat with the bat, so it's time to challenge him right here.
Come on, Philadelphia.
3-1 the count now. Takes this the other way to right, and that falls in for a solid base hit, his second of the night.
The batter, number 2, shortstop.
Digging in, Gene Segura. And Dan, what's the plan of attack here for the guy on the mound?
Well, I think they have to go right after him. He's pretty unlikely to take you deep, but if you allow him to get on base, the chances of him scoring and tying this game become a lot greater.
First offering on its way. And that's high for a ball, 1-0. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Blackman is under it, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
Now batting.
So they'll go to the bullpen now, and it'll be the left-hander here to face the upcoming left-handed batter. Bryce Harper will be the first to greet him here as he stands in with a runner at first and 2 away.
And hey, it was a breaking ball to boot. This guy's a pretty good off-speed hitter. You could tell by that last at-bat he wasn't fooled at all. He sat back, waited, got the breaking ball, and didn't miss it.
Let's go, Phillies. Come on.
Here's the first pitch to him. Just able to get a piece of that for strike 1. McCutchen leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. And the fastball sails on him, and that's to the backstop. And he'll make it to second here as he's moved into scoring position now after the passed ball.
And this is why you can't lose focus for a second when you're behind the plate. Any mistake a catcher makes has serious consequences. This is a pass ball, and the runner moves into scoring position.
The 1-1 pitch. There's a fastball well off the plate for a ball. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Into the corner and slicing foul.
You pull a fastball like that, you got to tell yourself to slow it down a little bit, play more gap to gap, and keep that front shoulder square pointed towards the pitcher. That'll keep everything on plane.
And the slider misses here, so he runs the count full 3-2. Has a look, now the pitch. And he fouls this one off. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And he misses ball 4. So he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces.
Yeah, well, when a guy's swinging the bat as well as he's been, this is a smart move. No reason to tempt fate out there.
DJ Johnson takes the mound now, and it appears he's being brought in to face the right-handed batter who waits next.
Yeah, you usually don't hear the term righty specialist very often, but that's kind of how they're using him here, Matt. Most hitters have a harder time against pitchers of the same handedness, so we'll see if this move pans out.
Next will be the cleanup hitter, Rhys Hoskins. And with men on base and 2 away, it feels like this at-bat could go a long way toward deciding this thing.
No doubt, Matt. A base hit here changes this game quite a bit, but if they can't score here, it looks pretty bleak for them heading into the last couple of innings.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And here's a fastball called for strike 1.
Boy, the Phillies have been looking for some offense all game long. They've yet to find it. Let's hope they can find it pretty soon.
0-1 count and the pitch. Well out in front of the breaking ball there for a strike.
With runners on base, 2 outs and 2 strikes, this is a big next pitch for both sides.
The 0-2 delivery. Sliced hard on the ground. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. And a great job to stick with it as he's able to make the play for the 3rd out. Mission accomplished that half inning for the Colorado bullpen. 8th inning coming up. The Rockies are out in front 4-2. A new pitcher set to take over, and it's one of just a handful of submariners around nowadays. Right-hander Pat Neshek. Now to the plate, Trevor Story. He'll have a new pitcher waiting for him as we begin their half of the 8th.
Trevor Story.
Pitch on the way. Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike 1. As we near the end of this one, it's clear the long ball has played a big role in today's outcome. Dan, D-Row, what are your final thoughts on what we've seen?
Yeah, just non-competitive pitches in some big situations, Dan, and the offense took full advantage of it.
You know, Dero, one of the things about pitching is you want to have location, and it was obvious in this one today that the pitchers weren't on point, and what happens when that happens? Hitters make you pay, and the long ball was a big part of this one here.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch.
1 ball.
That misses 1-2.
I could understand the first pitch being tough on the umpire to debate whether it was a strike or a ball, but no debating that last one. That thing was way off.
Swung on and missed. Really fooled him that time for the first out.
It's always nice to keep a guy that has good wheels off base,
Now batting,
and that's just what they
left
did
fielder.
right there. Big strikeout, keep that guy off the base path.
David Dahl will stride in again as first we flash you back to his at-bat in the 4th inning, and what a big one it was. A 3-run home run that was certainly one of the big blows in the ball game to this point.
I'm a mess on my horror, but I've been blessed on the sorta. Every bar brick and mortar. Take fake, but I know the finesse on the court.
First offering on its way. First pitch is a circle change for a called strike 1.
That pitch was right down the heart of the plate, but obviously this guy had made up his mind on the on-deck circle. He was taken all away, and he was going to zone him up.
In there, and he's ahead 0-2 now.
Not looking good after being down 0-2. I think at the very least, you got to work this pitcher's count a little bit. Try and get back into a decent count where maybe you can come through.
And on 0-2, he misses with a fastball. Now some movement out in the Phillies bullpen as a lefty and a right-hander start to loosen. The 1-2. And he'll hang in here as he reaches to foul this one away. Misses. Ball 2. Sinker. 3-2 now. Ian Desmond waits on deck. The 3-2 pitch. High in the air and deep to straightaway left. McCutchen going back. On the warning track, he makes the catch.
Now batting.
Striding into the box, Ian Desmond. His career numbers against Pat Neshek. A number of meetings, he's 1 for 7. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Now a slider, and he gets ahead of him here 0-1. And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands. Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2. A swing and a miss at a sinker. The strikeout retires the side. Inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Colorado as they can't add to their 4-2 lead. Settling in now, JT Realmuto. He'll get things started now in the bottom of inning number 8.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple runs. You know that old slogan of bloop and a blast. They could certainly use that right now.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Trying to jam him with the first pitch slider, but it's in a bit too tight for ball 1. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. The 1-0 delivery. Up around the letters with that one for ball 2. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0. Swing and a ground ball to third, and just past his outstretched glove into left, a base hit.
Not everyone feels comfortable pulling the clutch on 3-0 pitch right there, but he stayed within himself, didn't try and do too much, didn't turn and burn, and just hit a nice hard single on a 3-0 count.
Into the box, Michael Franco, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Ready with the 1-0. Now a pitch runs in on him here, and all he can do is flare one fouled off to the right side. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And now a good slider that doesn't quite catch the zone. It's 2-1 now. Real Muto on at first. Nobody out. Ripped on the ground to first. Gloved by Murphy. One there on to first, and that's the very last thing they needed at this point in the ball game, as there are quickly 2 away now.
That's one of the hardest double plays to turn right there because of the difficult throw the first baseman has to make. No problem this time, though, and they get the 2 outs they were looking for.
Sun Hwan-Oh enters here looking to get the final out before the 9th inning.
Number 18, Sun Hwan-Oh.
Into the box now, Odubel Herrera. As he'll watch one miss down and in for a ball. 1-0. His career numbers against O. He's a perfect 2 for 2. One and one the count now. Oh, once a member of the Cardinals organization. He was acquired via trade last year.
I know he'd tell you he'd like to be playing a little bit better, but I think it's as advertised for this ball club right now. I think the manager is getting exactly what they expected.
Hit hard up the middle. And there's his first base hit in this one.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dan. Sent it back right where it came from.
Stepping in now, Cesar Hernandez, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. So far 2 for 3 in this one. Tying run at the plate, the 0-1, and a breaking ball in the dirt that time for a ball. Hit sharply on the ground. Backhanded. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. 1 left for Philadelphia. They trail it here 4-2. Now the skipper's on his way out toward the home plate area, and I believe that means we're going to have a double switch here. Edebray Ramos enters from the pen to start the 9th inning, as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th.
Number 61, Edebray Ramos. Now playing center field and batting 9.
Standing in, Ryan McMahon. He lined out in his last trip, so looking for better fortunes here.
Yeah, Matty, it's always a little frustrating when you square one up. You hit a solid line drive like he did, and all you have to show for it is a jog back to the dugout. That can get in your head for a little while.
0-1 the count. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Down low, 2 balls and a strike. Strike two on a well-placed changeup around the knees.
Good pitch right there from the reliever. Tough for hitters to do much with pitches in that location unless they're looking for it.
And here's a slider. Strike three called, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Beautiful backdoor slider for the punch out right there, guys. When it's tight like this one was, it looks like a fastball off the plate, then darts back at the corner at the last second. Locked them up completely with that one.
Standing in now, Chris Iannetta, as he'll look at a fastball too high for ball one. Iannetta stands at an even 6 feet tall, a right-handed batter and thrower. He's a veteran of 13 years at the major league level, which really points to the consistency he's shown since he first broke in.
Yeah, Matty, no kidding right there. I'll tell you what, the grind to get to the big leagues is so hard. Guys just want to spend a month, a day in the big leagues. So to put yourself here for 12 years screams to your ability to adjust and be a great teammate.
A ball and 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count.
Two and two to the Colorado catcher.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
This is back toward the mound, and this will be put away easily for the out. Raimo Tapia will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
For Colorado, number 15, Raimo Tapia.
And it's the outside corner. It's strike one. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. And it's 1-1. Lifted in the air toward the line and right. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball.
Let's go Phillies!
Tough pitch to lay off there, but he did, and it's even up at 2-2.
The classic back foot slider right there with 2 strikes. Usually gets a ton of swing and misses. Nice layoff right there. Fight for another pitch.
Here now the 2-2. High in the air down the right field line. Harper has a read on it. And the inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Rockies. But they still lead this one 4-2. Wade Davis takes the ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door.
Number 71, Wade Davis.
Leading off the inning, Aaron Altair, and they'll need him to get something going here.
For the Phillies, the center fielder, Aaron Altair.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Down the left field line and deep. And this will wind up a foul ball. Swing and a miss, and he's in trouble now. 0-2.
When a guy's featuring big time velocity like this, you have to be on the fastball. It's your only chance. You'll tip your hat on some nasty off speed stuff, but you gotta be ready for the heater.
And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. Hit on the ground out to short. Story scoops it up. And a bit of a high throw that time, but no problem over there at first as they record the out.
The left fielder, number 22.
Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Andrew McCutchen. And in the past against Wade Davis, batting at an even .400. First offering on its way. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Fouled off. Davis, a native Floridian. This is his 10th season at the major league level, so almost a decade, which is quite an accomplishment. Bases are empty, one man out. Got him. And that's the third time we've written a K next to his name in this one.
Anytime a pitcher locates a fastball on the inside corner, it's going to be a tough pitch to hit. That one was spot on, and he had no answer for it.
Into the box, Gene Segura, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. The 0-1 pitch. Fouled away. 2-run game, last of the ninth with 2 away. Philly down to their last strike. And he missed with it. It's 1-2.
0-2 pitch, not even close to the zone, and a fastball might be an indication that he's going to start using some of his secondary pitches.
Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Hey, it's hard to win games at any point, but to win games on the road, especially in this ballpark, so they are very happy with this win.
4-2 the final score tonight. The Colorado Rockies took the lead in the 4th and held on until the end. German Marquez is the winning pitcher of record. So that's a wrap for us in this one. Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, Matt Vasgersian. We all thank you for watching Major League Baseball on MLB Network. See you next time.